Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and as you may realize, this is a new series. So basically, this series, as you may know, is titled Places I Think Should Be National Parks, and so yeah, it kind of comes off of the idea of places I think should be National Park Service sites, but I'll make a different video or even a different series on that. Yeah. National park wise, I'm going alphabetical. So I made a list of both current national parks and places I think should be national parks. And the first one was Acadia, which, as we all know, is a current national park located in Maine. But the second one was the Adirondacks Mountains. So if you guys would like to see more episodes of places I think should be national parks, feel free to subscribe, because if you love national parks, you'll love my channel. So let's get into the video. So at the moment, the Adirondack Mountains are not currently owned by any federal, they're not owned by the government, national government. They're owned by, it's, the people that own the Adirondacks are mainly private, either private lands or state lands. So it is already, it's already a state, kind of like state-owned area, and would be easy to transfer over to the National Park Service. And the Adirondacks take up a large portion of the entire upstate New York, and and if it were to be added to the national park system, it would be the largest National Park Service site in the continental United States. It is very large. It's a large mountain range, but very, very nice. So the Adirondacks were first protected to protect water and timber resources after most of the area was destroyed by forest fires, logging, and hunting for the fur trade and whatnot. And it's one of the only two constitutionally protected landscapes in the world, which is pretty nice. Yeah. So basically, the Adirondacks are very important and definitely should be protected. So the Adirondacks are part of the Appalachian Mountains, or the Adirondacks Mountains. Okay, not Adirondack. But, I just realized I pronounced Adirondack, like, completely wrong. I'm just completely sorry. But, there are, so found within the Adirondack Mountains are, thousands of lakes, mountains, like picturesque mountains, and tons of wildlife can be found in the Adirondack Mountains. The next thing is, would it be accessible? So if you were to take a look at Google Maps at the Adirondack Mountains, you would see tons of highways going through them, which would make it pretty accessible. And the time it would take to get from New York City to the Adirondack Mountains would be only about 4.5 hours, making it a nice weekend trip from New York City. And yeah, thus making it a pretty accessible park. It would also be home to some pretty large mountains, namely, let me search it up, just fact checking myself real quick. It's home to the tallest mountain in the entire state of New York, and if not a lot of pretty much most of the tallest mountains in New York. Pretty much standing at 5,344 feet is Mount Marcy, and It is also a pretty popular trail. So basically, the Adirondack Mountains are a giant area, a giant forested mountain range of the Appalachian Mountains that have thousands of lakes in it, that is owned both owned privately and by state governments, and was protected to preserve resources back in the 1800s. If I'm looking at that real quick, back in 1892. So basically, the Adirondack Mountains would be a wonderful addition to the national parks of the United States and perfectly represent the New England area of the United States. So thank you guys for watching this episode of places I think should be national parks. So if you have any places that you think should personally be national parks, tell me in the comments below. I will read them, and yeah, so I will most likely have episodes based off of what you guys give me. So just national parks, just quote unquote national parks. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe if you like the outdoors and also the national parks. And by that, I am done with the video. So once again, thank you guys for watching. Bye.